Here we are, full power, the height of summer, a windy afternoon in Vassiliki. And this beach here is probably the most densely populated windsurfing bay on the planet. Bold statement, I know, prove me wrong, tell me what you're thinking. Has got more windsurfers on the water at one time than looking around right now. More than 500, probably closer to 800 windsurfers out here. And it can be pretty scary windsurfing amongst so many people. Doesn't matter if you're just getting planing or if you're blasting in the straps happily. A lot of people can be quite intimidating. So this video is all about general rules of the road, except they're not rules of the road. It's just kind of on-water etiquette. Let's call it that. The reason I'm saying they're not rules of the road is there are official rules of the road, much like dinghy sailing, of port versus starboard, windward versus leeward, overtaking boats, all that kind of stuff. And they all work very well. I mean, they're proven in the Olympics, they are the official race rules, but it requires everyone to know the rules and know that on a given day we're actually playing by the rules. Because if I come towards someone right now, as I am on starboard, do I know they know that port versus starboard rules? Do they know it's my right of way? I don't think I can trust that. So I've got a little series of top tips that are similar to the official rules, but they work for everyone, whether you know rules, whether you know port, starboard, windward, leeward, all the rest, or if you're just out having a nice time.
It's everyone's job to avoid collisions at all costs.
Number one is pretty obvious, and it is an official rule. Avoid collisions at all costs. Now I'm thinking right now I want to go for a jibe, but just below me is Mr. Connor from Windsurf Nomads. It's definitely not my right of way to go for a jibe, and I want to avoid collisions and avoid scaring him as well. So I could probably just about get past him and go for it. But actually the nicer thing to avoid collisions and avoid any sort of worry is I'm going a little bit higher upwind, giving him a bit of space, some big old checks around me, and now I'm about ready to go round that jibe.
Everybody looks out for everybody.
The great thing I think about busier sailing areas like this one, lots of people around here, is safety in numbers. If something were to happen, there's so many other windsurfers around you that you'll only be down for a matter of seconds really, until someone appears and says, "Are you all right? What's going on?" And I've no doubt most of the time you won't need any help at all, but just that one time after a big crash when someone goes, "Do you need something, mate? You all right?" It's quite reassuring, quite friendly, and actually makes a good thing about having safety in numbers, not just the scariness of so many people. You're right. Now, right at the start of the video now, I should say, if you're coming out here to Vassiliki at any point, drop me a message. My email is down in the details below. Freelance windsurfing coaching and developing from beginner all the way up and through, planing carve drives and a bit of freestyly stuff too. Whatever you think you might want. If you're coming to Vass and want some help hooking everything up together, just let me know. I'm here to help you guys out, and most importantly, spend some time on the water with you. It's also, of course, is a YouTube channel, and it's worldwide. I'm getting messages from all around the world, which I'm loving. So keep your comments and your messages coming through, but most importantly, hit that little like and subscribe button, hit that little bell so you get notifications whenever I go for a new video gets released. You won't miss out on something. Also interested in what kit I'm using, it's all listed in the description. This right now, I've just been doing some really nice free ride blast and control coaching with a guy that I've been with a couple of years now. So I'm on a 5.9 Spy and a 119 carve from Starboard. Lovely free ride sort of setup just for blasting around in these winds. And yes, the hat that I just adjusted, that is what you can get from the YouTube shop just down below. Guaranteed to stay on your head as long as you do it up tight enough. If it does fall off, it's clearly not the hat, it's because you haven't done it up tight enough, like I haven't right now, so I've got it slightly twisted. This isn't me getting a new look. If your hat is falling off, twist it. Now, a lot of these videos, I talk about vision. Vision to maintain your sailing line, vision to look up here to read the wind. But a big one I'm talking about with a vision is looking for your space, looking for where you're going to tack or jibe. So I'm about to go for a tack. Behind me, on both sides and upwind, I'm about to go for a jibe. This deep bit down here is always the bit that hides a windsurfer slightly downwind and behind me. That's the big one I'm looking for when I'm going for that jibe.
Make clear and predictable movements.
All right, coming head on to another windsurfer. I don't know him. Gonna bear away and give him loads of space. It's the scary one, trying to give someone space by bearing away, because of course you accelerate. I'm going head on to someone again right now. She's already bared away a little bit. I'm heading upwind hard. Again, plenty of space by the time we get close to them. Another head on right now. He's going high. You can see that already. I've given him a bit of space and dropped below him.
The most maneuverable person takes action.
I'm coming up close to someone up ahead of me. They're slightly to leeward. It looks like they're pinching hard upwind. So actually, how can I make it safe? I'm going to go upwind hard too. Quick shoulder check, make sure I'm not carving into anyone. And now I've given them plenty of space. Another head on. I'm going to let them go above me. It looks like that's where they're going. Stay a little bit lower. Annoying because I want to pinch high too, but we both made pretty clear movements pretty early on. And that's all it is really, is they're maneuverable. They're under control. Good, give them that space. Let them do their thing. Be the bigger man, as it were. A non-planer coming towards me. It's definitely not my right of way to push them out. I'm the more manoeuvrable one compared to them. Non-planer or the foiler just there that wasn't going anywhere. So I'll give them plenty of space and let them do their thing. I'm always a bit worried about a non-planer or a foiler. They can burst up to speed in any direction really, so definitely give them a bit of room. Non-planing windsurfer, looking like a rookie, go upwind and round. I'm going to give him loads of space. You're never sure if they're going to catapult out the front door or what they might do. It's another one, just head on there, bear away a little bit, check for space. A good mast length distance is a good measuring tool. If they go, am I going to hit their mast or them? Am I powered up enough for a body drag? Yes! Oh, missed the foot strap though.
If in doubt, go upwind and stop. This could mean falling in backwards. So keep an eye on the girl on the bottom of the screen just here. She's doing well. She's on a windy afternoon, tracking upwind, nicely non-planing, getting onto the camera boat. That's what's anchored just there. But unfortunately, someone just in front of her has fallen in. She's done exactly the right thing here, skewed up into the wind, hit the brakes, and gently fell in backwards. Perfectly safe and a really good reaction of what to do. So my 5 top tips to keep you safe out on the water. It's everybody's responsibility to avoid collisions. Everybody looks out for everybody else. Make clear, predictable movements. The most maneuverable person takes that action. And if in doubt, turn upwind and stop. So we've got my top 5 tips of generally staying safe in the bay, but what's going to follow just now is a few examples of things just to keep a bit of an eye on. Hazards that could be coming towards you. Now this is much like driving a car and being aware of what's going on around you. Hazard perception, being aware of the danger before it becomes a danger. So you are the windsurfer in the middle on the white sail just there. What's the hazard we can spot up ahead of us? The uphauler or the water starter. Now it's worth being aware that this is a windy afternoon. Chances are that person uphauling on the top right of the screen just there isn't in much control and they're uphauling, so there's not much they can do. But if they uphaul quickly, they're quite likely to spin around downwind straight into the path that you're windsurfing towards. So be aware of the uphauler. Exactly the same thing when you're passing someone who's water starting. There's a high chance that they could let go of the rig accidentally, go straight out the front door and flick into your way or put a mast in your path. So just be aware of everyone water starting and uphauling and give them a decent bit of space just in case they let go.
Here we are, just passing someone setting up for a water start. That risk of the kit flying in any direction. I mean, well, downwind, not upwind. Pretty high, so I'm going to give them lots of space. Winger, give them loads of space. Although those wings are attached, if they let go of them, they shoot 1.5 meters to 2 meters downwind. Definitely give them plenty of room.
There's a lot of windsurfers in your sailing area. Chances are at some point you're going to have to thread the needle or pass in between 2 other windsurfers. So which side do you go? What's the options you've got? So you're the windsurfer in the middle coming towards the camera just here. Option 1 would be to head downwind below both of those windsurfers. That of course is going to put you at a bit of risk because you're going to speed up, potentially out of control, and the lower windsurfer could end up falling over anyway. You could carve upwind hard and try and get above the upwind one, but of course they could be doing the same. So maybe, just like in this case, you go straight down the middle, being aware of both of them, making sure that one of them doesn't turn down into you and the other one doesn't cut up into you.
Threading the needle. Plenty of space on that one, I can see it falling. I'm just kind of looking ahead and working out who might be in more or less control. Got no room to jibe. Looks like I got sliced just below me, windsurfers all around. Slow it down and not jibe. Maybe slow it down into attack.
You might find yourself following people whilst windsurfing in these busy bays, and you've got to be aware of what's going on in front of you. What's that person about to do? Could they crash? That's exactly what happened just here, and the person following did exactly the right thing, turned up and into the wind, took one for the team as it were, and gently fell in backwards. Perfect example of what to do if you're not quite sure, staying safe and avoiding those collisions. Beach start to crash. Now here in Vassiliki, where all of this channel is filmed, it's a great place to learn to beach start and then slowly get deeper as you go further and further out. But you've really got to be aware of what's going on around you. 3 beach starters all learning and training just here. If the most windward one catapults, they could crash into the middle one and they could crash into the next one. Being aware of what's going on around you when you're learning to beach start is quite key. Obviously these three nailed it and went blasting off into the distance. The Nolook Jabber and tacker no-look manoeuvres are so common to see around the bay here and a lot of busy bays that I've been to around the world. Full power, blasting along, having a great time, without any sort of check, any real look around you. You bear away, thinking about your jibe, and pop, someone appears just off the screen just there, just through the sail and behind you. Before you tack or jibe, have a good look around you, through the sail, downwind, over your shoulder. Where am I actually aiming to turn in a second? And make sure I've definitely got enough space to then start spinning and tacking and jibing and whatever's going on. Although the no-look jibe happens at a higher speed, the no-look tack, I think, is the one that surprises people. When you're blasting along, the tack seems to come out of nowhere. There's not really much preparation we see before a tack, although there should be. But it means that people blasting along can then very quickly carve up wind and into someone. So you really have to look over both shoulders and high up wind behind you before then dragging that tack a long way upwind and round.
Thank you as always for joining me here on the channel. I hope the mixture of voiceover on land and drone shots from other sessions have sort of solidified what I'm talking about. There is a lot more space on the water than you think, and when you look from the beach, it can look pretty hectic. Get yourself moving, go for a little sail. You'll find right now there's a lot of windsurfers still, but actually there's no one around me. I've got tons of space to cruise downwind and into a jibe, no problem.